Hi, I'm Christa Jacobson, headmistress of the Budo Ryu Kai. Today I'm going to make a quick little video for you guys and talk about the expectations of 2016. Now this video is going to be for all of the Budo Ryu Kai students, so it doesn't matter whether you guys are in the online ninjutsu dojo or whether you're a student in one of our other Budo Ryu Ninjutsu dojos, or whether you're an instructor. It doesn't matter. If you're studying Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, I want to talk about the expectations and what the goal is for 2016. I also want to give this video as a heads up because we do have lots of supporters, students and supporters, and those supporters are people who, you know, they study other martial arts. They like our posts on social media, they share our videos, they buy our products, our books and DVDs and all that kind of stuff. And I want to make this video kind of as a heads up and to give you guys in advance what the goal is this coming year. This year, I would really like all of the students, everyone who studies Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, to really focus on the understanding of the Goho-no-Keiko, the 5 areas of Budo Ryu Ninjutsu Training. That's what I really want people, all of the students, to understand. Keep in mind, I get it that the outside world, the people outside of Budo Ryu Kai, they think that the Budo Ryu Kai is just a school that teaches 7 warrior traditions. If you're inside this circle, you guys know that the Budo Ryu Kai is a school that teaches 5 areas of training, the Goho-no-Keiko, and one of the 5 areas is the Nanamushi-den, or the 7 warrior traditions. Now each of these 5 areas are only 20% of the curriculum. So, and each of these 5 areas have 7 sublevels. If you guys want more information on the Goho-no-Keiko, please go to our website at budoryuninjutsu.com. A little bit more detailed description as to what it is. But this year the focus is going to be understanding the 5 areas and where does all of your training fit according to the Goho-no-Keiko. I really want everybody to get this. This is a very important part towards the training. How do you guys look at that from not just a physical side, but also a philosophical side? I want to talk about that. The 5 areas of training, right, in the Goho-no-Keiko, the Nanamushi-den, which are the 7 warrior traditions, the Gendai Hinka Waza, those are the modern variations that we train with that are derived from the Koru traditions that we have. Hojo and Do, supplemental training, weight training, cardiovascular training, survival training, all that kind of stuff, all that, the supplemental training, the sparring, the grappling, the randori, all that's part of Hojo and Do. The next one, Nihon Mushikyu, the study of the historical scrolls. It's a very important part. If you're going to study historical samurai, you need to study the scrolls. The 5th area, Seshi Teki Kyoyo, spiritual refinement. How do these 5 areas fit together? What elemental association do they have, and what's the philosophy of each one? This is what I want to talk about in this video. So for all of you guys who are Budo Ryu Kai students, I want you guys to get a pen and piece of paper and write this down, because I want you guys to not just know the 5 areas of training and how you can start plugging all of your skills and training drills into what area it is, but I want to talk about the elemental association to each of those areas and the philosophy of each one. The first one, Nanamushi-den, that's the 7 warrior traditions. The element that we look at with that is fu, or wind. So the philosophical aspect to that is to be silent. I want you to write that down. Nanamushi-den, fu, to be silent. Now keep in mind the elemental association and the philosophy, that's one and the same. That is the mentality. The element represents the mentality of how we're approaching it, and the philosophy is how we're going to try to understand it, okay? So, Nanamushi-den, 7 warrior traditions, fu, and that's to be silent. The next one's Gendai Hinka Waza, okay? The element, sui, or water, and that is going to be to will yourself to be better, to look on the inside, that willpower, okay? That's Gendai Hinka Waza. The next one's Hojo and Do. The elemental association is ka, or fire, and the philosophical way of looking at it is to dare, or to challenge. Challenge yourself to be better. Dare yourself to spar 1 more extra round, to lift a little bit more weight, to do a few more reps when you're doing your calisthenics. Challenge yourself to be better. The 4th one is Nihon Mushikyu. Now, the elemental association with that is earth. Keep in mind, the Nihon Mushikyu, that is going to be the study of the warrior scrolls, the study of the Japanese warrior, and the elemental association with that is going to be chi, or earth. Firmness of command, rooted. And what is the mentality of looking at that? That's going to be to know. you want to know what's on the historical documents. You want to know what history says. Because if you understand what history says, and then you study the 7 traditions, you can understand how these traditions are supposed to fit today coming from history. But if you don't understand history, this over here is probably a fantasy. And we don't want that to happen. These traditions are here for a reason, and they came from something, and you have to know what that something is. So the 4th area of training, Nihon Mushikyu, the study of the warrior scrolls, the study of the Japanese warrior. The elemental association is Chi, or earth, and the philosophy is to know. The 5th area of training is Seshi Teki Kyoyo, which means spiritual refinement. The elemental association is Ku, or void, and the philosophy is to submit. To submit yourself to that training. To submit yourself to the idea that there is a power, there's an energy out there that is beyond the physical realm. There is this connection to outside of our body, to all the elements that surround us. And to submit yourself to that and to accept that that really does exist. Because if you can do that, you can actually make steps towards understanding what spiritual refinement truly is. Study those 5 areas. Understand that when you're studying kata from the Nanamusha Den, then you know where that's supposed to go. Understand when you're taking some of the modern variation techniques that we're doing, and then you're going to go into the Gendai Henko Waza. What's our approach when we're studying modern variations? What's our approach when we're studying traditional traditions? When you're studying the Hojo and Do and the supplemental training, what's the approach to that? The Nihon Mushikyu, the study of the Japanese warrior, the Seshi Teki Kyoyo. How does each one of those vary? How do they fit together? How do they connect? They all connect to one another. Even though they're 5 separate things, they all interlock and connect, and it's up to you to understand that, but you only get that through training. This is going to be the goal for 2016, understanding the Goho-no-Keiko. It's the most basic part of Budo Ryu Ninjutsu, and this year we're going to get right to the basics, we're going to study it, and we're going to move forward. We're going to understand how that can make yourself not just a better martial artist, but a better person. If you have any questions, put it in the link below. I'll be more than happy to answer your question. But to all the students out there, get motivated. Let's get going. It's a new year. It's time to really buckle down, study hard, and make yourself not just a better martial artist, but a better person. Thank you guys very much for all of your love and support. I deeply appreciate it. Until next time, take care, be safe, and good luck in your journey of Budo. Bye.